Hi, this is MD Shabana Sultana, working as an associate professor in the Chebrool Engineering College. Today, I want to discuss you about the processing of fabric plastics. The processing of the plastic is also known as fabrication of the plastic. That means it is a process of molding of the plastic into its desirable shape. That is called processing of plastic. Depending upon the type, we will shape the plastic. This type of processing of plastic can be classified into 9 types. First one is compression molding, second one transfer molding, third one injection molding, fourth one extrusion molding, fifth one blow molding, sixth one calendering, seventh one thermoforming, eighth one rotational molding, and coming to the last one, that is the laminating. Coming to the first process, that is a compression molding. Compression means the molding process should be done by compress the plastic material in the presence of temperature and pressure. In this, the measured quantity of the plastic material should be taken between the two mouths. Coming to see the diagram here, the apparatus consists of two parts. This one lower part is called the lower mold and the upper part is called the upper mold. Between these two molds, the plastic material should be taken in the powdered form. The plastic material should be taken in the powdered form, and by applying the heat and pressure, and this upper mold should become closer to that of the lower mold, and it should be pressed by the use of or with the help of guide pin. See here, this is the guide pin which will hold the upper mold and the lower mold very tightly. And this upper mold should be contain the temperature heaters and cooling thermostats also. And it should be fixed with the plate. And the mold plunger is there. And between these two, to hold this upper and lower mold, this guide pin should be fixed. And the molding component should be taken in the lower mold. And this is called the mold cavity. And it should be placed on the platen. And this whole arrangement should be placed on the hydraulic plunger. Hydraulic plunger. And by pressing this upper mold and lower mold, by keeping this blowing pin, and by applying the temperature and pressure, this powdered plastic, it gets melted and becomes the liquid plastic material. And it took the shape of this lower mold cavity. And it takes the shape of the lower mold cavity. After that, the coolants are sent to the upper mold, and this mold will get opened and the plastic material will take the shape of this mold. So this is the final product. See here, compression molding is a forming process, and this compression molding process is followed by two steps. First one is a preheating and pressurizing. In that, measured charge of the compound should be placed between the two halves of a split mold. Pressure is applied so that the compound flow to fill the mold cavity. Compression molding is generally used for thermosetting plastic. The best example for this compression molding is urea formaldehyde and phenol formaldehyde. So this is about the first method of fabrication of the plastic. That is a compression molding. Coming to the second one, that is the injection molding. In the injection molding, this method, this technique is adapted for making the parts for both the thermosets and thermoplastic and thermoset materials. Whereas compression molding is mainly used for, mainly, this is generally used for thermoset plastic. Whereas the injection molding, it can be used for the manufacture of both the thermoplastic as well as the thermoset plastics. In that, injection molding, it is a very high automated production process for producing a large quantity of the plastic material. In this, see here, you can observe the diagram here. So in the injection molding, there is a hopper. In that, the plastic material in the powdered form should be kept or should be poured into the hopper, and slowly it moves down. As soon as it is moving down, this hydraulic pressure should be applied from the right side of the apparatus, so that the powder plastic, it should be moved in this direction, in the forward direction. As soon as if it is moves in the forward direction, here the heating chamber is there. In this heating chamber, the temperature should be maintained so that the powdered plastic material, whatever it is, flowing down towards the left side of the apparatus into the heating chamber, it gets melted and becomes liquid state. It gets melted and becomes liquid state. After that, this liquid plastic material is passed through the nozzle into the mold cavity, or into the mold, in the mold cavity. And it took the shape of this mold. After that, in the mold cavity, the coolants should be placed so that the plastic material gets cooled and it becomes solidifies and should be taken out. In this way, the plastic material is injected. That's why it is called injection molding. The plastic material, it is injected into the heating chamber by using the hydraulic pressure. See here. A measured amount of the thermoplastic is driven into the heating system into the mold. The mold is split to allow the finished object to be removed after cooling. And the plastic materials which are used for the molding purpose through the injection molding is polystyrene, nylon, polypropylene, polyvinyl chloride, acrylonitrile, butadiene styrene. So these are the plastic material which should be molded by using the process called injection molding. Coming to the process, I have already discussed. See here, plastic powder is fed from the hopper into the hollow steel barrel which contains the rotating screw. The barrel is surrounded by a jacket of the heaters which melts the plastic material. See here, in this rotating screws are there. The screw is forced back as a melted plastic collects at the end of the barrel. Once the sufficient charge of the melted plastic has accumulated, a hydraulic ram forces the screw forward, injecting the thermoplastic through a screw into the mold cavity. This one is capable of exerting forces of up to 250 tons. Pressure is kept on the mold until the plastic has cooled sufficiently for the mold to be opened and the component ejected. So in this. So by using this injection molding, high-speed production of the plastic can be manufactured or can be molded. So see here, this is a whole diagram, whatever I explained. So see here, this is a hopper. The plastic material should be in the powdered granule form and it should be passed into the hydraulic ram and the pressure should be applied from this and the plastic material is passed into the heating chamber where it becomes melted into the liquid state. After that, through the nozzle, it gets enter into the split mold and it took the shape of this mold. That means the plastic buckets can be manufactured by this method. So this is about the injection molding machine. Next comes here. In the industries, this injection molding machine will be like this. Here, this is a hopper, and here the hydraulic fluid piston machine for injection cycle, and this is the reciprocating spool is located in this region. To pass this solid or powdered plastic material into this region, and from there the heating chamber is there, and it should be passed into the mold and it took the shape of the mold. The plastic material, it took the shape of the mold and after that it can be taken out. So this is about the injection molding. Next, coming to the third method, which is known as extrusion molding. Extrusion molding it is also somewhat similar to that of the injection molding. See here. It is also a device that uses a large screws and heating coils here also. Like that of the injection molding, here also the heating coils are there to melt the polymer, compress it, and force it into the mold. So it is also a continuous process used to produce both the solid and hollow products like the tubes, pipes, PVC pipes is there, polyvinyl chloride pipes was there that has been synthesized or manufactured by using this method that is extrusion molding. Examples are window frames, hose pipes, curtain tracks, garden trellis. Thermoplastic granules are fed from a hopper by a rotating screw through a heated cylinder. The tapered screw compacts the plastic as it becomes elasticized. The die which is fitted to the end of the extruder barrel determines the cross section of the extrusion. Thicker cross sections are extruded more slowly as more time is required for the initial heating and subsequent cooling of the larger quantities of the material which are involved. As the extrusion leaves the die, it is cooled by passing through a cooling trough containing cold water. So this is another diagram. In this, from this hopper, the plastic material is passed, and by using the motor, the hydraulic pressure should be applied to this so that this granules is passed into this heater. As soon as this granules is passed into the heater, as the temperature is maintained in this heater, this solid plastic granules is converted into the liquid form. And this enter into this die. And here the water coolings are passed so that this plastic, which is in the liquid form and the heated form, should get cooled and took the shape of this tubes. So this is about the extrusion molding. Coming to the last technique, that is the blow molding. Blow, the name itself indicates, it is a bulging like a balloon-like structure. Blow. Blow molding is process which are extensively used to make the bottles and other lightweight or hollow part of the thermoplastic material. In this, a long hollow length of plastic called Parisian should be taken and it is extruded between the two halves of the mold. See here, this is one half of the mold and this is another half of the mold. And in between these two halves of the mold, this blue long strip structure is seen here. Observe this one. This is called Parisian. In this Parisian, the plastic material should be taken. In this Parisian, the plastic material should be taken and air pin should be attached on the top of the Parisian. Air pin for blowing, for the blowing purpose. See here. The mold closes. After that, after the arrangement of this, the mold should be closed. See here. The mold should be closed and compressed air is blown into the inside of the Parisian, which inflates it, pushing the soft plastic hard against a cold surface of the mold. The mold is then opened and the molding ejected and the waste called flash is trimmed off with a knife. See here. Up to this I quote. Here in the Parisian, the plastic material should be taken in the powdered form or solid form. After that, these two mouths should be come closure and should be closed. After the closing of these two mouths, the air should be blown from the top of the apparatus through with the help of the air pin. After blowing the air, as soon as the air is blown, here in the Parisian, the plastic material is taken and this air should be in a hot condition. The powdered plastic, which we took in this Parisian, gets melted and becomes liquid or soft. And it took the shape of this mold. It took the shape of this mold. After that, after the removal of the air pin, this plastic material, it gets cooled and it took the shape, and after cooling, the two molds should be separated and it took this shape. And this method is mainly used for the manufacture of water bottles, plastic jars, and other high density polythenes and low density polythenes can also be prepared by this method. So the mold is then opened and the mold ejected and the waste is trimmed off with a knife. So this is about the blow molding process. Next one is the calendering process. It is an intermediate process where the extruded plastic sections are reduced to sheets. That means whatever this extruded plastic sheets is obtained, the plastic material is obtained, it should be reduced to a sheet-like structure by using this calendering process. By using this calendering process, it contains large rollers to form a continuous and accurately sized film. The process begins with the ingredients being blended and fluxed into a mixing mill at approximately 100 degrees centigrade. See here. The plastic material, whatever it is obtained through the extrusion molding, it is passed into this roller. Yeah. Passed into this roller. This is called the nip roller. This is called the feed roller. After passing this plastic material through the nip roller, it is passed through the tension control roller. After that, it is passed into the cooling roller, so that this plastic material, up to here it is in the hot condition. After passing through the tension control to the tension control to the cooling roller, it becomes cooled and it becomes a rolling sheets. So this is about the calandria. So it is an intermediate process where the extrusion plastic sections are reduced to the sheet. And it is used only for the preparation or the manufacture of the thermoplastic material. And it involves the rolling out of mass of pre-mixed plastic material between the large roller to form a continuous and accurately sized film. The process begins with the ingredient being blended and fluxed in a mixing mill at approximately 100 degrees centigrade. Nip rollers control the thickness of the sheet. What is called nip roller? This one. This green shade rollers are there. It is called a nip roller. It controls the thickness of the sheet material and it can be gradually reduced in thickness. And rows of semi-solid PVCs which are used to manufacture the transparent Evo folder pockets. After that, another method is there which is called thermoforming. Thermo means it is a temperature controlled molding of the plastic. The basic principle of the thermoforming is the heating of the thermoplastic sheet until it becomes soft, and the force the hot and pliable material against the contour of the mold by using either mechanical or vacuum pressure. And it held against the mold and allowed to cool. The plastic retains its shape. So this can be done by vacuum and pressure forming. Low pressure is required to thermoform. See here. This is the apparatus which we used, the process of the thermoforming. In that, the heaters should be taken in this upper region of the apparatus, and to the lower region and upper region, the clamp should be fixed. And the plastic sheet, which is straight, should be kept by using the clamp. After that, this is the lower mold, and the vacuum line should be placed at the bottom of the lower mold. After that, the heater is there in the upper part of the apparatus, which should become closer and get pressed and it took the shape of this mold, because the heaters are there in the upper mold which come in contact with the plastic material. It becomes heated and melted, and it took the shape of this mold. It took the shape of this mold. So this is the drape vacuum forming. So this is about the thermoforming method. Coming to the last method, that is the rotational molding. The rotational molding is a process used for producing hollow plastic products such as the tubes, pipes, rope cones, and the storage tanks. In this, the measured quantity of the plastic material is placed in the cold mold. After that, the temperature should be passed up to 230 to 400 degrees centigrade. And this, it should be fixed with the rotator, and it becomes rotated around both the vertical and horizontal axis. The mold moves in a cooling area of the chamber where it is cooled by the air or water jet. The hollow molding can be removed as soon as it is cooled enough to hold its shape. So this rotational molding, in this, the materials such as the articles such as the cans, buckets, and the plastic footballs can be prepared by this method or can be manufactured by this method. Polythenes, 90% of the rotational molding are made from polyethylene. Here in this, one inlet is there, pressurizing fluid is there. After that, one spindle is attached. Here, one primary axis is there. Here, one secondary axis is there. So that it can rotate in the vertical and horizontal axis. And this is a mold. By rotating the mold in the vertical and horizontal axis, the plastic material, whatever it is there inside the mold, it took the shape of the mold in the hollow way. So this is about the rotational molding. Coming to the another technique called laminating. Layers of materials are bonded with the resin into a strong solid structure by applying the heat and pressure is called laminating. And this can be done in following ways: Gravure coating, wet bond laminating, dry bond laminating, solvent-less laminating, and extrusion laminating. Example for this is foil, snack food bag, saran-coated nylon, metallized propellant, etc. So this is the applicator. This is a machine of laminating machine. And this nip rolls are there to maintain the thickness of the plastic sheets. Chill rolls are there to cool the sheets. And this is a substrate B. This is a substrate A. An extrusion die should be poured in this, and the pressure should be applied through the pressure rolls to maintain the thickness. And the nip rolls are also gets rotated, and the chill rolls is also get rotated in the anti-clockwise direction. Get the plastic in the form of a thin sheets, and it is laminated one above the other. So this is about the laminating process. So this is about the fabrication of the plastic. Thank you.